Welcome to the Standpoint. In June, we featured SRC presidents from the university colleges that people don't really recognize, or no, I would say recognize, but we don't hear much about them, but they're doing great. This month of July, we are focusing on their female counterpart. Yes, this time we have many, we're still not there yet. We still need more women to get in there, but we have some amazing young ladies who have dared and they have conquered. They fought the battle to become SRC president at the various tertiary institutions and they won. Today we are here to celebrate them, to salute them, to encourage them, to hear their stories, to motivate others so that we will dare to break that glass ceiling that everybody is talking about now. Well, welcome to the Standpoint. Let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. This one, they call it Ebusunya Dofunu. Typical Ghanaians. When you are in trouble, nobody wants to come. But anyway, that's not why we are here. Let me say thank you to Ophelia Crosland for my dress as well. My makeup products by Paba Cosmetics and applied by Nax Beauty Studio. I do my hair at Exotic Trends, especially at the Marina Mall one. When you go there, tell them I am always grateful to them. We take a break. When we come back, we meet 3 female student leaders on the set and many others in the audience. We'll be back. Watching the Standpoint. I feel like causing trouble, but I won't cause trouble. You're watching the Standpoint. Welcome back from the break. I have 3 young student leaders in the studio on the panel, and I have many of them in the audience as well. We are here to celebrate them, to hear their stories, to hear about their journeys to where they are now, where they want to go, and how they hope to hold the hands of others and pull them along, because this journey is a chain. It's a chain. No woman must be left behind. Well, let me say thank you to all our sponsors. That's GTP. Now, GTP has a very beautiful message for you. They say that our style is ageless, our pattern limitless, and designs are endless. Our beauty never fades. GTP, timeless.
Carson's baby moments, sharing magic moments.
And Ghana Oil Company, Pankasa. Goil, good energy. We're so grateful to all of them. Remember, this program is also aired on ABN TV on Sky Channel 195 across Western Europe, part of Canada and Asia. We are also on Virgin TV Channel 428, which is in UK. Okay, our website www.thestandpoint.com.gh is powered by Dream Oval. Now on the panel, my stream left, I have the madam herself, Vaida Opoku-Ajiman. She is the National Union of Ghana Students Women's Commissioner, and she's also a UN rep for GELAP. Welcome to the Standpoint. Good to see you. Now, next to her, I have all the way from Kumasi, Belinda Apieje Deborah, SRC President, Ghana Baptist University College in Kumasi. Welcome to the Standpoint. And then I have Pamela Abuajiwa Mate. Pamela Abuajiwa Mate. Mante. That is why? It's still Mante. Mante. Yeah. Okay. Ufifa. Okay. Well, she's the SRC president for Ghana Telecom University College, and here in Accra. Are you the president, SRC president for all the branches, or just the Accra one?
No, all the other.
How many satellites do you have in Ghana?
We have 5 satellites.
Accra,
Takrade, Ho, Koforidua, Kumasi. And we have Nungwa and Abeka all
in Accra?
Yeah.
So about 7?
Yes.
And you are the SRC president?
Yes, please.
Of all the 7?
Yes, please.
Girl, we are 2 known. Welcome to the Start Point.
Thank you.
And they are all here with their executives as well. Let me also acknowledge in the audience the Women's Commissioner for Private University Students Association of Ghana, PUSAG, and she is Mavis Boatima Ewuko. And then another girl. This girl, I don't know, I'll tell you her story. Grace Echa Dankwa, SRC President, University College of Management Studies, Accra Campus. Now, she's the first SRC President, first female SRC President of that University College since it was established 45 years ago. 45 years ago, she's the first SRC, and you should see her height. It's as if I can carry her in my one hand. But that is how proud our girls are making us. Welcome to the Standpoint. Good to see you. Let me start with you. I hear General Mosquito is your former old student.
Yes, please. When it was known as Institute of Management Studies, Medina branch.
Medina branch.
Yes, please.
And you are at which branch?
SCC. It's now known as University College of Management Studies.
And you have how many satellites or branches across the country?
Just two.
Just two.
Yes,
and
please.
you are the SRC president?
Yes.
For both?
No.
Just for the...
For Accra campus.
For the Accra campus.
Yes, please.
How was the journey for you?
The journey wasn't easy. When I wanted to go in for that position, since I was the first lady to ever go out, I think one lady tried, but she didn't win. And then they had one vice president in 2014 who was a female. And my own females weren't in for me. Most of them, actually, especially the old women in our school. And even at a point, a man walked to me and told me, "Meba Krachel, why should I vote for you?" There were some of the challenges that I went through.
But you too. I know most of the people in that university college are adults.
Yes.
They are grown-ups. And you decided that you are the one who's going to contest.
Yes, please.
Did you expect them to back you?
Oh, I really expected them to back me because we do not rule with age. Or you do not lead with age. Maturity is not about age. And that's what they were getting wrong. They were thinking, so far, I'm the youngest president. But
not that female, but
youngest
president.
Yes.
So you are the youngest president.
Yes, please.
And the first female.
Yes, please.
Please put your hands together for What was your lowest moment during your campaign? What did you hear about you that really nearly broke you and made you change your mind, nearly change your mind?
Echa is so arrogant. Echa doesn't respect. And even when I went
even
to...
your name alone is trouble.
Before, they said, Echa, Echa... Oh.
That's interesting. Grace. But Ghana Baptist University College, why did you decide to campaign to become the SRC president?
Well, first of all, I was actually involved in student leadership way back in Infantsiman Girls. And lo and behold, I got to the university. One of my lecturers saw me and was like, "You will be a great leader." So I started having that emotions. I was actually grooming myself towards that ever since that time. So I decided that was last year when I was actually appointed the PUSAG local secretary for my school. I then decided to...
That one was an appointment?
Yes, it was appointment. I then decided to man up and go in for the main...
You decided to woman up?
Woman up and go in for the main position, that is the presidency. And I'm here now as the president of Ghana Baptist.
What are some of the challenges you faced?
It was actually stressful. First of all, I started and there were a couple of men who wanted to go, and people heard I was coming. They just started spreading rumors which weren't true. Which one was, she's too arrogant, she doesn't like talking to people. A whole lot, to the extent that, yes, some people even told me that I've been sleeping around.
I knew that one was coming. You're a prostitute.
Which was really crazy. So then we were a team of 4. We all wanted to go for the presidency. We sat down and we decided within us. So at the end of it, we made a decision of me going together with my vice, who is right here.
Oh, okay.
He also wanted to be the president.
The vice, Mr. Vice. Hello. He wanted to be the president
as well.
And he stepped down.
Yes, please.
And you ran with him?
Yes. And he's been very supportive ever since then. Even though we had our own issues, people tried to separate us by, I don't know what they were trying to do, but then they tried.
Yeah.
But we were that clicking.
Okay.
So it worked out for us.
Are they not saying that he's your boyfriend?
Oh, they said it. They were like,
I've been around long enough to know.
I paid him in kind for him to step down. That was the rumors.
Okay. Okay. A very powerful woman. I see. Pamela.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay.
How has the journey been?
It has not been easy. When I got to the school, I had this low self-esteem. Even though I had this leadership skills, I didn't have the platform. So I went for Face of GTUC, writing level 100 just to groom myself, my confidence. And then after Face, I was appointed as Judiciary Committee clerk. Then it picked up from there. So I didn't really make up my mind of going for SRC presidency. And our campus, Ghana Technology University, is like a man institution. We have females being like just 10%, and men being 90%.
Females population about 10%.
About 10%, and then the males taking about 90% of the whole institution. So if you're a woman and you want to go in for such things, you should know like the men will not be for you. Right. And the women too. So it was just people started coming up with recommendations that this time elections, Pamela, I think you should go in for it. You're a good person. You have been serving the institution. I think this is the time you should serve the students as well. I was like, okay. And it was just 3 weeks to elections.
You're kidding.
And I said,
you made up your mind 3 weeks to elections.
Yes. And I didn't have a vice. So that was the whole day. I was like, where am I going to start from? And then lo and behold, the same people who recommended me brought up the suggestion. And when we met, when they introduced me to my vice, I was like, okay, if this is it, fine, let's go. I had not known him. We didn't meet. We have never met before. And this was the first time meeting him, just 3 weeks to elections. Even though we did not know each other, we made our mind that this is what we are going in for. And we want to make this happen. And you become the first female SRC president. We want to break the norm of the men taking up the front. So this time, Pamela, go in for it. We are all behind you.
So, HR, first female SRC president in 45 years. Belinda, you're also first female?
No, third.
You are the third. Oh, okay. So you have a history of it. Okay. But, okay, third SRC president in how many years? Over a decade.
Yes,
more than 10 years. And then first female SRC president of Ghana Telecom University College with a population of only 10% being women. You say waiting. We are watching the standpoint, the discussion, the conversation will continue shortly. But let me say thank you to our supporters. Go-Got Yogurt. I always tell you, it's very good for you. So you always need to go for it. Awake Purified Water and Royal Drinks by Casa Preco Company Limited. House of Foods. Yup Cleaning Services. Cake Technique International. The new kid on the block. Marimat Kitchen and Events. We are so grateful to you. We'll be back. to the standpoint. The standpoint is also supported by Kodams, where you get all your gifts, cards, and greeting cards and gift items. They are at Cow Lane in Accra Central. So if you want to locate them, of course, their contacts are rolling on the program as well. I mean, I'm just so much in a hurry to listen to their stories. I'm just mixing my sponsor should forgive me. Well, this program is also supported by GTP. I mean, my clothes, as I told, this is known as Ebusia do Funu, and it's not just for funerals. It depends on how you rock it. This is how Ophelia Crosser decided to sew for me. This one, if you take it to any funeral, they will eye you, because the way it's been styled, it's not for funeral. You can wear it anywhere at all. So grateful to them. Also, Paba Cosmetics always gives me the makeup product. Paba is at Cantonment's Laboni area, and then at East Legon. They are also in Kumasi as well, and applied by Nax Beauty Studio. Nax Beauty Studio, their contact is on the screen, and you can also get them on a Facebook. Vida.
Yes, please.
Women's Commissioner. First of all, tell me about this Girl Up.
Okay, Girl Up is a UN initiative which was there in the year 1970s, but they officially launched it in the year 2011.
Okay.
And it's in almost 120 countries, but they just brought it to Ghana through me just this year.
Okay.
And they expect me to create more clubs for people to get more interested in it and also join in order for them to benefit as well.
Okay, so what is about clubs to do what?
Clubs to empower young females to
Okay.
take up leadership positions,
Okay.
to empower them, advocate for their rights, and a whole lot.
Okay.
And it comes with a lot of packages.
Okay. Packages like money.
Not money as usual,
Okay.
but every year, as a leader in Ghana, I'm supposed to take 2 people out to New York to attend a leadership summit. And also,
Sponsored by UN.
yes, fully sponsored by them.
Please, I'm a girl.
It depends on your activeness. Some may be active, some may not be active. So
Okay.
it depends on how I will rate you.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so far, have you been?
Yes, last 2 months I went to Kenya
Okay.
and was fully sponsored by them. And hopeful next month I'll be going to US.
Okay.
And it's also fully sponsored by them.
Please, are you saying I'm not dynamic and active enough?
You are, but it depends.
I'm still a girl. 49 going on 50, but I'm still a girl. But tell me about your journey to become the Women's Commissioner.
I always say wherever I am now, it's not by might, but it's by the grace of God and the mercies of God. Because even where I am coming from is another problem altogether. I remember when I completed junior high school in the year 2008. It wasn't easy for me to get money to go to the senior high school.
Where did you go to?
I go to Bekwai SDA.
You went to Bekwai SDA?
Yes,
okay.
please.
Okay.
So fortunately for me, I was able to work and get a little money for my mother to also add up to it. So I was able to go to the
What
senior
work did
high
you
school.
do?
I was just helping.
Because JHS, you little.
Yes, I was doing some ice creams. I sell it anytime I close from school,
Okay.
so that I get something and save it.
Okay.
And I was able to get money, and my mother added it up too.
Okay.
So I went to the senior high school, and through that I was able to complete school successful, and I came out with grade 9.
Okay.
And finally for me, I was supposed to go to the university in the year 2013, but due to 1 or 2 reasons, I couldn't go.
Due to financial constraints.
I have to wait for the next year, which was 2014, and I applied to Ken USA and I got BSc Land Economy.
Okay.
When I got it, I have to go and pay my admission fees and my hall fees, but I couldn't get the hall fees, so I have to just always come from the house to the school. And my house is really far away from where Ken USA is. I'm from Inton, so I don't know whether you know there, off Mampon Road.
To
To
Kenya.
Ken USA, I was always going till I reached level 200. Then for me, I was able to get someone to help me pay my hall fees. So immediately I went to the school. I said, this place, I will become a leader. I said to myself.
And you have suffered before you got there.
Yes, and I said, this place, I have to make it. I have to. So I contested for Department Women's Commissioner. Fortunately for me, I won. It didn't end there. Share. So I was there after my tenure of office. I didn't relax. I joined TESCON. And following for me, they voted for me as the TESCON KNUST treasurer.
Which one is Tesco? Feel free, my friend, feel free.
A student in politics for MPP.
Oh, okay.
So
And the NDC one is what?
10.
10, okay, okay.
So I won that position. And during that same period, most of the SRC presidents, the department presidents and others, they gave me an appointment.
Okay.
I was able to serve as an organizer to the SRC Women's Commissioner the same year.
Okay.
And I was also appointed as the our college programs and projects chairperson. I was also appointed the same year as the organizer to our faculty president. And I was about to complete school, and I said, wow, what is my next plan? I have to plan something. I have to be somewhere. Not even if I'm ending KNUST, I shouldn't end everything here. I was able to serve my local people. Why not extending it to the national as well? So I made my mind to contest for NUX Women's Commissioner. And the next thing was, the best sponsor me. So finally for me, I talked to some people, and this man, I'll always appreciate whatever he has done for me, Sami Ewuku.
Okay.
Sami took the mantle that I will let you become the next NUX Women's Commissioner because I know how you'll be able to work. Finally for me, he gave me some small amount. I started my campaign with that amount.
Belinda, what has been your achievement so far? What are you doing differently?
Okay. I started a book reading project that was before I became the president of Ghana Baptist. So I saw the chance to adopt a community school, that is ASIM, JHS. I adopted the school, and we are about starting a book reading project which will motivate the students in reading. Personally, my kid brother had an issue with reading. So I saw the need to empower kids, help them in the field of reading. And I think so far so good. Okay. Things are working out in that field for me. Okay.
I run a reading project as well. I have the Award Answer reading project.
Okay.
If you can write to us and we'll give you some storybooks for the
thank
kids.
you.
Okay, you send us some and we'll give you some books for the kids as well. But tell me, where are you coming from? What is your background? How was growing up like for you?
Well, it was bittersweet. Let me put it that way. Because growing up, I lived with my parents, and right after secondary school, I lost my dad. So I had to stay home for about 4 years. Initially, when I completed
4 years without going to school.
Yes. I stayed home for that long.
Every leader has a story, you know. Every great leader has a story.
I actually completed way back 2012. That was secondary school, and due to my dad's death, I had to stay home because I had kid brothers too who were also in primary school. That's my mom single-handedly took care of them. So I had to pave way for them to make it up to a certain level before I also continue my education. So a friend of mine told me, if you've been home for long, what are you doing with your life? He actually motivated me to want to go to school. So I decided to enroll, and my mother has been very supportive of my university level. Yeah. Even though she takes care of 5 kids. And you know, private schools are fees is very high. Yeah. But then God being so good, I don't know, I always say it's a miracle that we are here today. And as a leader, I have a lot to offer, and this is my story so far.
So the 4 years that you were home, what were you doing?
I actually enrolled in School of Aviation. I wanted to offer, how do you call it, airline and ticketing as a program, but then it didn't work because I learned the school I enrolled in was not accredited by the IATA people, so I had to stop schooling, and I did a little bit of business. I buy online and I sell to people, so it actually generated me some income, which I actually used that money to buy my forms for.
Interesting. Abwajua, if you're your neighbor, it's been smooth for you growing up.
No. Never smooth.
What is your story?
My dad was a politician. He was once the national coordinator for youth council. So, like, there was money at home until he got retired. So when he retired, I went back to Ekropon, and I had to be in Accra and survive. And I had to go and stay with my mom. You know, it wasn't easy. My mom did her best to support me throughout, but when it got to my senior high school, you know, during middle of my senior high school, got to a point where things didn't also go on well for her. So up in the senior high school, I said, no, I'm not going to drop out of school. I'll still forge on. So I was teaching in remedial school. And when it was up to register for WASI, I was not having money. My dad too was not upcoming, giving me money. So he supported me. He said, no, take this money, go register. And after registration, that was when my dad also came. He was like, I just got the money. So had it not been him, I would have registered.
Good.
So I was very grateful to him. But right after that, senior high school, and I was out in the world, this is life. You know, it was, and nothing going on everywhere. I was like, no, I can't be at home. So I was at home all day, 7, doing this, helping my mom. She would go to the shop. She had a provision shop, so help her sell. And there was this Mason. He was working in the other house, and I didn't know this man was watching me. Anytime he comes, and if I cook too, I go and give him some. Take this and for the afternoon, because where we were, it was far from town. We could not go and get food. So when my mom was away, I would share my food with the people around. So this man was monitoring every day. Everyone leaves the house and leave you alone in the house. Like, why are you in the house? Why don't you go to school? I was like, I'm done with SHS. There's no money to further. I'm home. So I had to wait. I was like, do you know of this NVTI? I said, no. And he was like, okay. Then later, I said, no, you must tell me. What is NVTI? He said, no. I said, go and find. I said, no, you are here. You know all the information. Tell me, what is NVTI? And he told me that, yeah, they are running, Plan Ghana is running a scholarship program, and they are giving out some awards to students. But in Accra, it's full up. It's just in Kibi that there is some Chebi, that there is some 3 or 5 slots left, because I'm always in touch with the principal. I was like, okay. It's like, if you really want to enroll, he told me on Tuesday, I really remember, Tuesday morning, if you want to enroll, the program is ending Friday. So you have to go now and then pick the forms. And I said, okay. And I had saved some money. So immediately my mom came, I told my mom that, Ma, because I'm papa, I'm going to my dad, I'll be back. So I picked the forms. When I picked the forms, I got back. I went on a Wednesday and I got back Thursday. I filled the forms and I told my mom that, Mom, when I told you that I was going to my dad, I went to pick the forms as well. So this is it. I'm going back to submit it. And she was like, okay. Then she topped up with my TNT that go and submit it. So I submitted the forms on Friday. When I submitted, he told me that the following week I should start school. So my mom also did all her preparations to support me. And then I went to the school. So I think when I completed 2013, I was at home for 2 years. So immediately I gathered some money. I made up my mind I'm going to buy forms. That's a GTC forms. So I bought the forms and I enrolled in GT. The first day they called me that you have gotten admission. I was like, hooray! I got admission to the university.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey, so, and I got in there. That was another one. There's no money. How are you going to further?
So when
Very
you're
tough.
working and supporting yourself at a tertiary institution now?
No, my parents were supporting. It got to a point where I had to drop out. Then Barclay Scholarship came along the way, and I was almost first class, so I was enrolled on the Barclay Scholarship. So I was fully sponsored by Barclays. So now I'm being sponsored by Barclays, and it gingered me to focus on my academics more and my leadership skills, and that is where I am today.
To be a woman. Now, wow. We'll be back. Welcome back. The Standpoint is sponsored by GTP, and their message is our style is ageless, our pattern limitless, and designs are endless. Our beauty never fades. GTP, timeless.
Carson's baby moments, sharing magic moments.
And Ghana Oil Company, Gwel, good energy. Now let me go and speak to Boatima Ewuku.
Mommy.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, Mommy.
Women's Commissioner.
Yes, please.
Which university did you go to?
Regent University.
You went to Regent University.
Yes, please.
And Regent University, so you became the Women's Commissioner like that. How was your journey?
When I was in Regent, I contested for Women's Commissioner and I lost. And I've been here and there with PUSAC. So when some of my alumni told me I should go for Women's Commissioner, I was like, I don't have any money. Even my school is being sponsored by my church. So I don't know how.
Hold on a second. Your school was sponsored by your church.
Yes.
That's Regent University.
Yes.
And they wanted you to go for PUSAC.
Yes.
Okay.
So I told them I wouldn't have money for campaign and other things, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. But then the Women's Commissioner, Joanne, she called me and she was like, she wants to hand over to me. I was like, okay. So
What is your background? How was growing up like for you? Because you sounded like until recently you had confidence issues, even in yourself.
Yes. When I was growing up, I grew up in a village with my mom, my dad.
Which village?
In Suta, around Mankran, so I have on the South District.
Is it a village near Insuta or in Suta?
A village near Insuta.
I
so
knew it.
I was going to school at Insuta. It's
Yes.
a walking distance, so we walk from the village to Insuta.
So it's such a village that you can't even mention the name.
No, it doesn't have any. It's a family house. My dad was a Muslim with 4 wives, so that kind of. So it was when I was about writing my BEC, I got to know that I wasn't living with my parents. And my aunt, who happens to be my mother, she comes to visit. So when she came, I told her that, look, this is what I'm hearing. And she being older than my mom, she should tell me the truth. Then she started crying. So I was like, there's something going on, I don't know. I was like, okay, I'll tell you. Your father denied me when I was pregnant. She was saying a whole lot of stories. I was like, okay, give me your direction. I'll come and visit you. So a week later, I had to leave. So when I came, my mom was surprised and she has to tell me everything, my dad.
So that affected you, right?
A lot. Because I completed...
Did you feel that you were not good enough? You were not wanted?
I felt like my parents don't want me, honestly. Because it was a whole lot of stories coming up, and this one will say this, another time this person will also come up with a different thing, and I felt like, oh God, I feel like taking my own life because I'm not wanted. When I came to Accra, I have to live with my dad and my stepmom, and it's another whole story together.
Your real dad?
My real dad with my stepmom. And so when I finished...
Are you still hurting?
It's just that sometimes when I talk about it, it's like I'm still in the story. I'm still facing the same challenges.
Now, you've even made me teary. So what are you going to do with your life now? Now you're the PUSAC president. You've come a long way. You've traveled journeys just like them to get to where you are today. What are you going to do differently with your life? The way forward. Now you are an adult. You're in a position of authority.
I always tell people that when you're willing, you will get someone to push you there.
HR, first female SRC president, 45 years. How are you going to make that impact?
Okay. See, right now, I have to prove to the men and the women in my school wrong.
Old and young.
Old and young, especially the old. That I, the young girl, can cause a difference because I'm an agent of transformation in my school.
Amen to that. So what are you going to do?
Okay. You see, I will make sure that women of my caliber also climb up there. Because I can see there are certain ladies on campus who can do their work even better than me. But because they had that conception that women cannot lead, women should not lead, they are feeling reluctant. So I'm opening the door very wide for them.
And I hope you will hand over to another woman.
I will hand over to
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Let me come to my panelists here. In conclusion, what have you got to say to that young girl out there because of the challenges that she's going to, Belinda, I'm starting with you, going through at this moment and wondering if she can ever be anything or anybody in her life?
Okay, what I'll say to that young girl out there is you have to dream it and achieve it. And it starts by taking a step now. You don't have to lay aloof for someone to push you. You have to push yourself to get up there, because if you don't push yourself, nobody will push you.
Skills mama. What message have you got to that young girl?
Okay. I'll tell them to always be bold. They shouldn't wait for somebody to come and encourage them. And I think they should first set a target and an objective that I want to go to this place. I want to be like this. So they need to plan towards wherever they want to go. And I think through that, they should also take their God seriously. And if they do that, God himself will direct them. That's the message I have for them.
Pamela, my in-laws. What is your message?
Okay, my message to all the young girls and women out there is that we have to prove our stance. For me to be recommended and like, Pamela, go for this because I know you can do this because I proved my stand. So if you really want to be there, prove your stand, that they will choose you over the men and that you can do better and double what the men are doing out there. And we, all the women and young ladies out there, should unite as one.
Thank you, Vida, Belinda, Pamela, Grace, Watima, HRV. Thank you all for sharing and, telling us where you are coming from, where you are. And it's only God who knows what tomorrow is going to be like. But I believe that you have your own plans. And I pray that God will guide you and take you there. I have a little token for you ladies, just to encourage you, just to let you know that, yes, it hasn't been easy, but we appreciate you so much for everything that you do. So this one is for you.
Okay, thank you.
This one is also for you, Belinda.
Thank you.
And then you can pass on the rest to Vida.
Okay.
It's a bit This is for you. Yeah. You can open it and let's see what's in there.
Oh, shit.
And this one is for you, Batima. This one too is for you as well. You know, we are so grateful to all of you. Let me see what we have. Yeah. This is for you. Anytime you pick it up, know that we are rooting for you. We are supporting you. Is that the only thing in there?
Yes.
Oh, you have a key holder.
Oh, the key holder.
You also have a key holder. Yes. This is from Impact's Creative Hub. You know, they support the Standpoint as well and gave us the packet. You also have the same. Hey, yours is different. you had that one and what? You also have a key holder and you have the mug and what? Are you sure there's nothing in there? Checking you. Check well. It's a mug. Okay, yours is different. Okay. So thank you all. Wish you the best of luck. May you go and continue what you're doing and even do greater. And to all of you in the audience, thank you for coming. We are so grateful to you. Okay, I have pastries. I have cupcakes. I have royal drinks. When you go there, they will give you some. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll be back with a bit of me.
I always tell people that I don't think any woman wakes up one day and says, you know what, I want to be a feminist. I'm yet to hear of any woman saying that. I didn't even know what feminism was. I just, like I was told, the angry people, they never get married. So that was my, thought process. It wasn't until maybe 4 years ago people started calling me feminist. And the truth is I used to run away from the word. People actually think that I love trending. But there are days when I go on social media, I'm like I'm trying to, are they writing about me? Ooh, today nobody's talking about me. It's never with any malicious intent. But I think I'm growing in my strength. And I'm also one person who is never ashamed to admit when I'm weak. Because when you show weakness, that's when you find strength. And there are people who reach out to you. I didn't know I grew up in a genderless home. I don't think my mother was trying to raise us in a genderless home. My brothers did the dishes, my brothers can cook. It was never you're a man, you're a woman. I played football. You
played football?
Yeah, I played. I love football.
So you were a tomboy?
I don't even think I was. I think I like dresses, but I like shorts at the same time. There was never a thought process like, okay, maybe I like pink too much or I like blue too much.
Ekwa Lydia, do you know how to cook? The accounts have a saying. You see, adie ensa ya yembo nyame supo. Don't think God is done with you, or because of your current circumstances. Don't think that He's forgotten about you. It's just a temporary moment. It's just a phase in your life. It doesn't matter the circumstances. It doesn't matter the situation. Everything that has a beginning has an end. But sometimes how it ends also depends on you. It depends on you. I always thank God for my school motto, Obranya Waralbo, life is what you make it. And in that same school old of mine, they say, prom ti ho mauda. There are ups and downs. We've seen people who start so well, and in the end, you wonder what happened. We've seen people who we never cut slack. We didn't even think they would get anywhere, and we are amazed where they are. It all depends on you. You choose the life you want to live. One of my panelists said, there must be a will. You must be willing that this one, it will not kill me. That this time I am not failing. That this one, I will have it. And of course, you add prayers to it. We all need somebody. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And never underestimate anybody. Oh, you'll be shocked. Never underestimate anybody. The people who can help you sometime, you'll be amazed. The very people you look down upon, they may be the ones who can help open that door for you. So please, why? Humility is also sexy. Respect is also very, very sassy. So in all that you do, look at the bigger picture. In all that you get yourself involved in, sometimes sit back, think, and ask yourself questions. Because the people you think you're stepping on today, the people that you were judging today, tomorrow you may be walking in their shoes. You may be traveling that journey with them. As usual, I'm a woman with super crazy faith in God. But I thank God that He's giving us wisdom. And it's my prayer, these days I tell you, that He helps all of us to apply that wisdom. Thanks for watching. I wish you all the best as you continue to travel this journey. We've reached the second quarter or the second half of the year because we are in July. I pray that the year will end well for you. That thing that you've been praying about secretly, that God that I have super crazy faith in, will answer that prayer. See you same time next week. Bye for now.